Hey everybody, welcome back to Champ and Sons and our Planet Coaster series here as we're in Austin's Carnival. And what we've got for you is a little pre-planned stuff done off camera. And we're building essentially kind of a racing zone, more or less. So we do have the go-kart track, and we're going to fill this middle section. And right now we have the flat rides here with this launch towers going, the pretty standard, the three of them in kind of the triangle formation, trying to get these entrances and exits to kind of match up is really, I'll say this, more annoying than anything else, to say the least. But hey, we get it done. We get the entrances built up, and we're going to get the queue lines done not only on this ride, but on the other rides as well. And you're going to kind of see us start placing down the path. It's going to get some major overhauls kind of off camera after this. And I know because I got distracted one day while trying to prepare to record, just got distracted and didn't. So, you play this game long enough, that kind of thing can happen. So we are going to see most of this build as far as the these flat rides go with their queue lines and everything. The actual racetrack, we're not going to see much behind it. Like there's not much work that goes into it right now. This is definitely going to be a multiple episode section. I'd say probably a lot more than the others technically, but it's a pretty fun one to build, and I kind of like how things are turning out. Each ride is going to have its own, obviously its own queue line, but its own essentially its own kind of design thing. And then we're really going to work to kind of bring this whole section together, with thinking of it in terms of being, I guess, a raceway, the infield of a racetrack, right? So it's going to be a fun one to see come together, guys. I'm definitely excited by how it's turning out, and with everything that happens in this episode. I really like kind of the direction that we're going in. So I'm going to go ahead and let y'all kind of hang on for the build, enjoy some of the tunes, and I will catch up with y'all here later as we kind of see what happens here with this section. So I will be back, y'all. Enjoy. And I am back, folks. So this is, I'll say that what you're looking at right now is probably one of the more frustrating parts of it, of this whole build. Yeah, here we go. We start getting into using the lines. It just does make things easier. At this stage, it just, the most frustrating part becomes getting the color of the pathing to be the same, essentially. But yeah, we get it worked out. It just takes us a little bit to kind of get there. These fine little tune point details. Now, part of it being like this means we are gonna have to put fencing up around the actual track. And I didn't think about that till I'm speaking it into existence right now, this moment of the voiceover. So that's just a lot more fun stuff that we get to do. And so, yeah, it's going to be good. Convincing myself slowly, it's going to be real good, guys. It's going to be good. Yeah, so we are getting everything kind of really brought together. I like how this section turns out. There is some more finer details that are needed on these launch towers. Mainly because I have to kind of connect them together, right? So we know the same color and all that stuff, and that's just lovely. But we need them to be connected together up at the top, and it's kind of one of the more stereotypical ways you see these things done. And I think it's gonna look really good once we get this whole thing brought together. Now, you're looking at it right now and you're thinking, well, shit, that's a lot of dang old concrete, man. Like, I don't know why must you do it this way? And really, it's not completely like that. I do kind of go through it, and you'll see me put down all of this asphalt, concrete, whatever you want to call it, pathing, but it becomes kind of a beast in of itself. And anybody knows, as you're building, making tweaks and all that fun jazz, just kind of comes with the territory there. I did go through and open those flat rides, mainly just because I wanted to see the people flow into it, right? Like, that was my main thought. I just want to see how the people do flow in, and it's got pretty good work. Pretty good number of people coming into it. So what I am planning on doing around this segment, right, so around the entrance, queue, and the exit, is think of more of a gas station type setup. Like, that's what we're looking at here. That was the thought. So a quick little fill up, an old school racing track, nothing too major. This thing is going to be called Circuit of Austin's Carnival. Think of Circuit of the Americas, CODA, that Austin does have. That was the inspiration behind it, so kind of just sticking to that there. Now, I really, like I said, you look at it now and you go, that's a massive platform of concrete. I'm not too sure you know exactly what you're doing there, champ. And that's respectable. I can understand that. I truly do, just by looking at it. But it'll come together. Look, as a lot of things with Planet Coaster are, wait for the end result, fellas. Just wait for the end result. Now, I didn't want the actual, this is more, think of this part as more of a pit lane, right? Now, normally when it comes to racetracks and all that, pit lane's obviously on the inside and then stands are on the outside. But what we're going to go ahead and do, folks, is we're going to build ourselves some stands. Now, this goes back to a while ago. Why? More inspired by, who's a guy? I think it's like Deke FTW, something like that. I don't remember his channel name exactly, but it's something to that effect. I saw him put these kind of stands in. I was like, wow, that's actually pretty damn good. Well played, dude. Well freaking played. And that was kind of the inspiration for it. I wanted the multicolor, and I wanted the light color blue down there just because I think it fit really well. You will see me make some changes as we kind of go through, but overall, I think this thing turns out incredibly well, especially for what we are looking to do with it. So I'm really proud of how this stuff turns out. You're going to see me kind of start messing around with these fence height, with these wall heights to really just, one, I need to get it in my mind what this thing is going to look like. And I say that going, I have a picture of what it's going to look like in my mind. Like I think I know, at least I think I do. It's just trying to execute it. That's always where my struggle has been. I don't know if you had the similar kind of struggle with Planet Coaster, but mine have always been in the execution phase of stuff. So, it's just one of those, it is what it is kind of situations. We make the best of it. And so, yeah, you'll see here I come putting in the actual bleachers, and it's just these wooden, they're all wooden. They're actually the resort balcony trims. But what we're going to do is we're going to go in, think of checkered flag, the white and black checkered flag. Just a two up, or two across, one up. And that really fits perfectly. It's not anything that's too large, and I don't want it to be too excessive, because we still have a couple more coasters to put around here, and then there is going to be a water park, right? So just think of it like that. We've still got so much going into it. That I didn't want it to be too big, but I still wanted it to look good and be something that you could see. And in reality, this would kind of be the area where, if you want to think about it, someone like your family, if you're going on the ride and they don't want to go into the infield area, you could theoretically go sit in these stands and watch your kids race or whatever. That was kind of the idea behind it, right? And I wanted more than just one section of them, so you will see me kind of copy and paste this stuff over. And we do get to, I don't close this side up. I haven't fully decided if I am. I mean, I could, don't get me wrong. It's just, I haven't decided if I'm going to. That's just kind of the biggest thing for it. Let me know in the chat what y'all think about that. If we did go ahead and at least turn that corner with bleacher sets just to make it look good. I don't know what y'all's thoughts are. Mine, it seems like a little much. I think I can fill that in with, some, I think grass, kind of foliage type stuff. Nothing too heavy, but keep it to where, it has that smaller track kind of feel. Think of NASCAR video games, the dirt track kind of racing, that kind of thing. This is the little leagues of the racing. This ain't no NASCAR. It's a little league of it all. We're just kind of finish off some of these bleachers here in this for the remainder of this episode. We are gonna get some shots of the go-kart section in. I'm gonna say in use. It's really just in testing, and y'all know how it goes. Testing, it'll run itself automatically. So we are gonna at least see what it looks like and get some of those viewpoints. But keep on. Right now, this is going to be a little ways away from being done, to say the least. But I really do like how this is turning out. And, I think overall, like I said, even in my own mind, it's going to take a little bit to really see the full picture. So if you can't see it yet, don't be offended, because I sure as heck ain't. But it really is kind of coming together effectively how I wanted it. And so I'm really proud of how this portion definitely did turn out. Now in this park, like I said, we got a couple more coasters going. We've got a lot of different stuff happening here in the park. Right now, what you're going to see me do is you're seeing me try to put in think of like a little shade, a cover shade. And I figured I can use the art shapes and make, individual pillars for them and kind of copy and paste, advance, move it over. But why do that? We have these wall pieces. I think they work out pretty well. I didn't want it, and you'll see me kind of start fiddling with it here. What you got to try to figure out is what's the real size to make this stuff. And the lighting, I don't know why it has to be this way. I think when I saw it in Planet Coaster 1, the lighting was way better. Why is it midnight, except I can still sort of see the sunrise off in the background, or sunset? I don't know. I don't ask these questions. It is what it is. But I do go back through, and you'll see me here in a second actually change up these lights on it, just because they don't really emit that much. And it's one of those I really wish they did, but they don't. So, I'm looking at it. You don't see any light emission coming from these things. So it's really now it's just trying to find, damn it, which ones actually put stuff out. Because we are going to have lights. Now here I am just going through and putting them on the race course. imagine, this would end up being open at nighttime for, for people to drive the go-karts and all that. That is a money-making operation, apparently, so it would be open. So I'm just putting lights on so we can have it open, right? So yeah, here's the track. You'll see it kind of come through. This is pretty much all we get done in this episode. It may not seem like a lot, but this is about 4.5 hours worth of recording. I edited some stuff out, definitely sped some stuff up a lot, and it was a lot of fun. There is some great stuff coming in the next episode. We're going to see it a little bit more completed. Like I said, this is a 2 or 3 episode kind of section. It's not going to be done in the next one, I don't think. I have to check. I don't know. I don't think it will be. But we'll see what we can do with it, guys. If you're excited about it, you see these F1 cars. We did get those off the workshop. I will try to find who did those so I can put it down and give them the credit for it. But if you look in, I did not build these F1 cars. I did not do that. That is straight from the workshop. So I'll show you a little bit more in depth in the next episode on these things. But other than that, fellas, this is where I'm going to leave y'all off with some of these shots of the ride. You'll see the background stuff happening. A lot of things going on here in the park. This is a fun one. Stay tuned as we build out this infield and really kind of continue this section all the way through here at Circuit of Austin's Carnival. And I will see y'all in the next episode. Enjoy the tunes, enjoy the views, and I will see y'all later, everybody. So as always, stay safe. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, and y'all know how it goes from here, right? Later, y'all.